Today's episode of The Mom Game is presented by our friends at Gateway GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new GMCs and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaygmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaygmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade.
And I've got some good info for you about Golden Chick now,
Yay.
Emily. Good job with that read. You just
Thank you very much.
killed it.
Thank you.
Golden Chick is a sponsor that we are so happy and proud to be partnering with here on the Mom Game for a lot of reasons. For one, we love running our kids through that drive-through anytime they get hangry, anytime we get hangry, anytime our husbands get hangry. Golden Chick has something for everybody. But another reason is because they really believe in giving back to the community, and that is the focus for the month of September for Golden Chick. And they've returned their local school charity initiative. So what this is an initiative that targets individual schools that are near the specific Golden Chick restaurants around the DFW area. The brand is going to support over 230 schools within the system-wide Give Back initiative. They're going to give 50 cents from every order of their new churro menu offering now through December 29th. So you can get some churros along with your chicken, and when you do, 50 cents is going to go back to the school surrounding that particular Golden Chick. Golden Chick is also featuring their new lemon pepper wings to accompany their spicy menu mainstay, which is, of course, the Wicked Wings. The zesty lemon pepper seasoning will coat hand-breaded crispy wings, making for the perfect bite. They also have specials on their wings, including the popular Wing Wednesday and Weekends promotion with 24 wings and 4 freshly baked yeast rolls for $19.99. Could you eat 24 wings, Emily?
I could try.
Yeah.
I think maybe, are they boneless or are they bone-in?
They have,
I
I have bone-in wings from Golden Chick.
See, I don't do well with bones.
What?
Because
Hold that thought. Put a pin in that. We're going to revisit that statement. For those who like for those who like the classic Golden Chick menu, the iconically crispy golden tenders, Golden Chick is highlighting their Lucky 13 Tenders meal deal with 4 freshly baked yeast rolls for $19.99. Thank you, Golden Chick. And this is just a really good month to go try them out if you haven't already and get those churros because you will be giving back to your surrounding community, probably your kids' schools.
Yay. And I am good with certain bones, just not in wings.
Okay, not all bones.
Not all bones are.
You don't like fear bones or
different kind of bones.
Scared of bones.
We'll put some.
Do you
put
eat
that on the list.
Chicken legs, chicken thighs.
No, I don't. Okay.
What about a T-bone steak?
No, fillets only.
Okay.
And if I have any other cut of steak, all the fat has to be cut off. I just don't. Well, this. We need to put this on our.
That is the best part.
Topics to be discussed at a later time because I still haven't welcomed everyone to episode 236 of the Mom Game here inside the Coppola studio. We have our Coppola. I really wish we had some wine today, but we don't. I mean, we have it, but we don't have any open. I feel like it's a little aggressive on a Wednesday at noon.
You've never felt that way before.
Pop open some red wine. I don't think we have a corkscrew, but if we did, I assure you I would pop.
So you have all these legit excuses, and then you said you feel like it's aggressive just to kind of cover your bases.
It's aggressive. I mean, I'm finding aggressive.
It's not aggressive. This is the usual for us.
Never been accused of being passive.
Yeah, right? It's like, while we are here, let's just say, oh, yeah, we don't drink on Wednesdays at noon. That's why we're not doing it, because it's a little aggressive.
Right, it is.
We're moms.
But if someone placed a corkscrew on this desk, I would absolutely open it.
You would chug it out of the bottle. We've seen it.
These are all true statements. But it is episode 236 of the Mom Game. You might see that we are still in the Dumb Zone studios. We feel like we're we're on the cusp of the new place. The new studio is coming. It's across the hall, and we think next week is the week. We're just teasing everyone. We're just giant teases in terms of our new studio. So we are happy that the Dumb Zone dudes have allowed us to invade their space yet again with these ridiculous props that I won't discuss anymore. So many props.
A lot going on.
Lots going on. But we love those boys, and we're thankful for everything that everyone's doing. I did present sweet Rob, who has been responsible for setting up our studio, with a little gift today.
Yeah.
We won't name this. Yes. Well deserved.
He's been working hard.
I'm trying to figure out, we don't have like a restaurant sponsor, so I feel like I could throw it out and maybe they'll hear it and want to advertise with us.
Yeah, sure.
We got him a gift card to Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
Yes. Hey, Bob.
I mean, where'd all that Norm money go?
Holler at you, girl. Yeah. Norm retired. You're looking for a new place to spend your money, Bob.
Holler at your girls.
Holler at your girls.
We like steak. Emily only filet. I'll eat all the bone stuff and all the fat. Oh.
Yeah. Not picky. We love giant carrots. Yeah. So let's go, Bob's. So anyway, yeah. So we're okay. Get
You
all of
didn't
you
even have to do that.
Get your minds out of the gutter.
Set that one up for yourself and walk right into it.
I did. Okay, so we are here 236 at the Mom Game last week. Fingers crossed in the Dumb Zone studio. Then we moved to our new digs. A lot has happened in the last week since we were here.
Yeah.
Last week when we were here, you were getting a call from like Anna's school saying she wasn't doing well. She was diagnosed with asthma, correct?
Yeah, back in November.
Yeah. And so you left here not knowing what was in store for you when you picked her up from school. And then she ended up having to go back in the hospital.
She did. Yeah. Yes. So what did we shoot? Wednesday last week?
Yeah.
So it was Wednesday last week. And just to back up a little, last November was the first time that she was hospitalized for breathing, and we didn't know why or what. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of months of trying to figure it out, they officially diagnosed her with asthma. So December, January. So it hasn't been that long at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about asthma. I've never had it or had a family member with it.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that it's total bitch. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and especially for these little kids.
Yeah.
And especially when you don't know what to expect, what to look for. You don't know if you're doing the right thing. You don't know if your treatment is proper, because it's kind of up to the doctor's opinion on how to treat it, what medicine to treat it, how often. And so it's like trial and error.
Yeah.
So last Wednesday, she had a rough go. Like, even the weekend before Labor Day weekend, she went to the hospital. We were in a small town, Texas, and she went to the hospital for her breathing got really short. And then they just helped her get breathing again and let her go. And then we came back to town, and then she got a double ear infection, and one of the ears in like two places. So it was double, and I guess you can call that like triple or quadruple. I don't know.
Bless.
And she like was crying all night, couldn't sleep. And then Wednesday I knew she was struggling. She'd been coughing, and I got that note from the nurse like while we were shooting that was like, Anna came into my office today. Her lungs didn't sound clear, and she was coughing. She said her chest hurt. But then I gave her, her inhaler, and she said it got a little better, and she wanted to go back to school, and so we picked her up that day and just kind of took it easy. The next day she went to school, and then that night, Thursday night, she did her dance class, and I went and watched just in case like she needed the inhaler during it or if she was struggling, but she was fine outside of a cough and just being a little bit like weak for a couple of weeks. And then Thursday night, when I was laying with her and like reading to her, she was kind of like doing like the really short breath thing. And so I got out a oximeter that I had bought at Walgreens like a couple weeks before after the Labor Day thing, so I could see her oxygen level. And at that point it was like 89, and kids, you're supposed to be like 99.
Yeah.
Like, 96, 97, 98, 99. That's normal. And so 89 is really bad. And so we were all like getting ready for bed. I was in my nightgown and I texted my girlfriend who's a nurse, and she came over and kind of confirmed. And she was like, I could give her a breathing treatment, but it's just going to go back down when she goes to sleep. You got to take her in. So we took her in Thursday night to Children's Medical Center in Plano, which was wonderful. And I went up to Plano because I figured it'd be maybe a little less crowded than the downtown one. And they got her in pretty quickly, and then one thing led to another, and we ended up there for 2 nights. First night in the ER all night long, they couldn't move. The beds were full because so many kids right now are having respiratory stuff, all kinds of stuff. Apparently, turns out she had walking pneumonia, and I didn't know it. So she had walking pneumonia for who knows how long, at least a couple days. That's probably why the nurse said lungs weren't clear and blah, blah, blah. And her type of asthma is pretty much triggered by any sort of sickness, illness, virus. And she also had rhino, whatever is the cold. It's like the technical term for a common cold.
Okay. I've never heard that.
It sounds like rhinoceros.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of rhinoplasty, which is a nose job.
Yeah. So I guess rhino means nose.
Yeah.
That's what we're deducting here.
I mean, it makes sense. Rhinos have like a giant schnoz.
Yeah. Rhinoplasty, rhino, whatever, which means
Rhinocular.
I don't know, it was weird. But they said she
had a cold.
She had a cold. But they had to do like the whole panel of COVID and everything. And she was negative for everything but that. But so that alone is enough to trigger her asthma to struggle, to make her breathing struggle. And then she had walking pneumonia on top of that.
Dude, I've heard more people having walking pneumonia in the last like 2 months than I've ever heard of it.
Yeah. They said that it's going around, which is weird. And it's kind of new. Like, it's not something that usually goes around with kids.
Right.
There was another first grade girl that was in the ICU for like a couple of days. Who's on her softball team the same time that Anna was. So it's definitely like around their school. And
is it contagious?
It's contagious only if like you were to cough like in someone's face.
Okay.
So not just like, oh, I touched you or I'm standing near you, but like if you directly get the germs in your schnoz or your rhino.
Okay, your rhino
area.
Okay.
Then
area.
then you can get it.
Okay.
So anyways, it was an adventure. We were in the ER overnight, and that was just me and her. Kelly stayed with Ryder, and I didn't really sleep, but there were like 3 chairs that I just kind of pushed in a line and was like trying to at least close my eyes for a little bit. And then the next day they were able to move us into a real room, and we stayed another night there. Basically, they just couldn't get her oxygen levels back up.
Yeah.
Like even after an hour-long breathing treatment, which normally will do the trick. And it turns out after they did the chest x-ray, found out she had pneumonia. Breathing levels wouldn't go back up until the pneumonia was starting to get killed. So we had to wait for the antibiotic to start working for her to start breathing normally. So that's why we had to stay for a couple of days. So we were up there in Plano and just camping out. You know, it's like the whole world just shuts down and everything that you're supposed to be doing, you just stop and just focus on them. And she's awesome. Like, she's such a good little patient for the most part. She doesn't like being woken up at night and she like hitting people and stuff. And there's a weird thing as a mom where you want your kid to always be so nice and kind and polite, especially to doctors and nurses. And then when they're mean to them, sometimes you're like, nah, it's just like embarrassing. But
I'm sure. Yeah. But I mean,
I know
sick kids.
but
like she just
and just
walked
being,
up and kicked somebody in the crotch.
Right.
Like,
I know. But being in children's too, I mean, the whole thing changes your perspective on a lot of things, like not just with my situation, but just seeing all those kids and a lot of them that are there for not just 2 days and are there for a long time, and kind of hearing what's going on and the families that are just living there essentially and children's does do a really wonderful job with them. And there's a lot of cool activities. Like Anna couldn't leave her room because she was in isolation or whatever. And they brought her stuff to do and, just kind of, they think of everything. And, it was fun. It was cute, actually. The pediatrician on Saturday morning, who was basically she walked in and knew that she was kind of ready to go home. And she was like, all right, Anna, how does it feel? Do you want to go home? You're looking good. And Anna was like,
Oh.
Like she was enjoying herself. I think she enjoyed
Like everybody's
being
catering
doted
to-
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
catering
like
to her, yeah.
undivided attention from mom. My mom drove in town. I was sitting with her the whole time, didn't leave her side. And it made me kind of think like, dang, I need to pay more attention to her in general. Like,
Yeah.
just all those things. It makes you
Yep.
think, right? It's like, so you think this is important, that's important, this is important. It's like, okay, wait, no, this is the only thing
Yep.
that's important. And my other child too.
Yes.
So it was an adventure, and now she seems to be doing better, and we're just kind of back on her regular routine. But I don't know, it's touch and go.
Yeah.
If she gets sick again.
Oh, bless her heart.
So it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad she's home. I'm glad she's
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks. She loved her cookies.
I sent her some cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, of course. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully, and it's like you said, it's a learning process. So give
Yeah.
yourself some grace, because
Yeah.
I can't imagine that any two cases are exactly alike. And so I know you're doing the best you can. So
Thanks.
rest in knowing that.
Sure trying.
Okay. What else do we need to get to?
You're big night.
Oh, Henry had his first football game. I mean, I don't know why. I guess because he's been playing, baseball since he was, 3 years old. And so that's just always been a thing. And I love it. And I love watching him play. And then you go through various, stages of, what it's like to be a fan in the stands watching your kid. And it's, you just want so badly for them to do well and succeed. But I try to really reiterate, and this is with both my kids, about the lessons that sports can teach you. And so to see his maturity as it's taken place, over his baseball playing career has been so fun to watch. It's been painful at times, like when they start pitching, like when you start kid pitch.
That.
Oh my God. It's so hard to watch. It's just painful.
It is.
But and then they turn the corner, and then it becomes really fun to watch because they know how to play. They know what to do. They don't always do the right thing, but anyway, it's so fun. And then, but with football, he played 7-on-7 and super fun. And that was fun. But it's there are no pads, it's just flags and whatever. Super cute though and fun. But it's something about when I saw him in pads and a helmet, and I just was holding it, holding his,
doing all the things.
Oh my gosh, no, this isn't happening. You were just in my stomach. Well, how is this even possible? And then it's super nerve-wracking too, because you want him, especially his first one, he was nervous. And he told me, I said, "Are you nervous?" And he said, "I'm excited," but he said, "I just don't know what to expect." He said, I said, "Just get the first one in the books, get the first one out of the way. It doesn't matter how you play, just to have that experience." Okay, so now I know what to expect in game 2 and whatever. And he's very much like me. He wants to know what's ahead. He wants to know. He was a planner. He wants to know what to expect and all that kind of stuff. He was, kind of what's it going to be like to get hit for the first time, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It was Tuesday night, and his, 7th grade played another 7th grade team. And it just was, I don't know. It hit me in a way I wasn't expecting it hitting me and not even in a, I don't know, just in him growing up. And God, it's crazy. But I'm super proud of him. He works his tail off. I mean, I think I've told you this on more than one occasion. I mean, the kid works his nuts off. It's crazy how hard he works. Off season, in season, it doesn't matter. He's got a plan, and I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of the maturity that he's made. I mean, it was so sweet. He plays quarterback, and 2 of his other buddies, who they're super close with, they also were tried out for quarterback. And so they all get different playing time, and they were all supportive of each other. And, it's it's so weird. The
real
team
life.
Yeah. And the team sport, think about, any team sport, you're competing against your teammates, but then you're all competing as a collective. There's so many lessons that can be learned just from that structure alone.
Yeah.
That, it's just crazy. And that those lessons are so important. And, I don't think he fully appreciates that. And I don't know that I fully appreciated that until, I was an adult or whatever. But I'm really proud of him. And it just was super fun. It was so cute. And I don't know. It was cool.
So when did has he been practicing at quarterback and flag and everything?
So
it's hard to just come out there and
he
always do tryouts.
Yeah, he always played quarterback in flag football. And then when you get into 7th grade, which is when he started, then they basically coaches say what position positions have you played? And then so like early on in the season or in fall or whatever, pre-camp, training camp, whatever, before they start playing games.
Yeah.
So then they would put him in those position groups and then see who stuck, basically. Doesn't mean he'll play quarterback for the rest of his life or whatever, but that's where he fit at this point in time. So yeah, he played, so I guess in essence, yeah, you did try out. And so there's an A team and a B team. And so everyone, gets a chance, and he could start. He started this week. He could not start next week. He could be on the B team next week. I mean, it's kind of you're constantly trying to because it's so early. You can't.
Yeah.
It's not like, no, this is our quarterback and he's going to play the whole game. He played the first half last night, and then the other two quarterbacks played the second half. And so anyway, it just was a lot of fun, and I just can't believe that I have a teenager that's playing tackle football.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Okay, so how, no pun intended, how did the tackling hit you?
So he only got tackled one time, and it wasn't they're all kind of learning this because the vast majority have not played tackle football for an extended period of time. So it went fine. But there was a couple hits that I saw not on Henry that I was like, oh my gosh. But they're figuring out, and they've got all the protective equipment and stuff on. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And then there's some kids, like, I don't know if I sent you the picture, but like there's 3 kids on the offensive line. And I think a couple of them play defensive line too, that are literally one entire head taller than Henry. And they look like juniors in high school. I mean, one of his friends, Austin, and then another one, his nickname is Bear. And these kids, I'm not kidding you, they're 6 foot tall at least, and they've got away close to, maybe 185. Like, I mean, these are like big ass kids,
gosh.
which makes you feel good if your kid's the quarterback. But it's just crazy. This is such a weird time. 7th grade, 13, 14. That's usually when most of these boys will hit their growth spurt, hit puberty, and then, some a little bit later. But it's just such an awkward time because you have literally, a kid that's, a foot taller almost.
Does puberty
than another
make them
kid.
grow?
Yes.
Okay.
So when we had and oh God, he would kill me if I said this. But anyway, when we have when you start getting your like annual exams with your pediatrician, or ours does, he'll kind of project things out based on where your body is, and he can tell you like, okay, he's gonna hit puberty in the next year, like because he's already seeing signs, arm hair and stuff like that. And same with Hattie, like the girl stuff's happening,
which is earlier and earlier.
Earlier. But anyway, so it's just crazy. I feel like this 7th grade year is so awkward because some of them have hit puberty.
Yeah,
and are like
you're right
grown,
in the zone where,
and then some of them haven't hit it. It's
and do the ones that haven't know that they have it?
You better believe it.
And they're like waiting for it.
They
wake up like puberty.
Yes. Yeah. Hey. And I'm sure they're all excited about. Okay, let me tell you about another really funny story. So I picked up Henry and 3 of his friends. I think it was last week, and and I act like minus the cuss words and sexual references. I talk to the kids. I talk to my kids and their friends basically the same way as I talk to you guys. To you. And so I pick them up from school, and there's 4 of them, and they get in the car, and immediately, Mom, look at this, Miss McCoy, look. So and so and so and so we're holding hands all the way from school to the parking lot, blah, blah, blah. They have pictures, and it's one of the kids that's in the car with, he was in there. So it wasn't like they were like talking behind his back. So then they were like, what is that? Like first base? And I'm like, okay.
They're asking the baseball mom about the bases.
Here we go. So they were like, first base. They were like, so what? And then they're like talking amongst each other, but like where I can hear, and not like asking me like, what is second base? They're like, okay, so second base is definitely kissing. And I was like, okay. And then they were like, and then third base. I was like, you know what? In 7th grade, all runners get stranded at second. It's so unfortunate. Like, you're not going back second. But they kept going, and then they were like, third is definitely cuddling. And I was like, okay.
That's really cute.
Then home, the kids made me laugh so hard. Advanced cuddling. I was like, okay, not even going to ask, but let's just keep advanced cuddling is home. And
so
I was like,
they're still.
So anyway, they're
sweet
talking
and
to their
innocent.
friend. They're talking to their friend, and they're like, okay, dude, if you're going to kiss her, you've got to practice. And he was like, yep, get a stuffed animal. And then Henry's other friend, who is like Eddie Haskell in our house, like he literally, I love this kid, but he will give me shit, and I will give it right back to him. And he goes, dude, no. I've been practicing kissing since I was 10 on the wall of my shower. And I was like, no, I can't.
Not what they're doing.
He's like,
in
just
there.
practice it. Just practice. And then I'm like, and Henry's like, I can't. I just can't.
Henry's not in it. Is he weirded out by the conversation, or is he?
Oh, no.
Is he,
They are like, they are firing each other up and, kiss the wall in the shower and stuffed animals, practice kissing on stuffed animals. But I'm like,
oh my God.
On one hand, I was like slightly horrified that like, oh, here we are. But then on the other hand, I was like, okay, the fact that they feel comfortable talking like amongst themselves around me does make me feel better. But I just was like, honestly, I'll go as far as Henry wants to go in terms of conversation. It's not my place to have those conversations with other people's kids. So I was like, we're going to stop it right there.
You pull the car over and you're like, let's have a little chat.
Like, everybody get out your notebooks. First base is second base. It's like, we're definitely not my place to do that.
Well, good to know that the bases are still a thing.
Bases are definitely still a thing. So is practicing kissing on stuffed animals and apparently on your shower wall. So
who knew?
Going for it.
Who knew?
So yeah, that was a funny story I forgot to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
I know, but then I'm like, I'm not ready for that. First it's football and now it's like
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Bases
all at once. You were right there.
I know.
You're in the danger zone, girl.
Am so in
Things are gonna start turning.
I know.
I do have one clip I wanted to play about the football conversation because I asked you how the tackling hit you, and that's one of the things that we've talked about, and you mentioned, and we put it out on social, the fact that you were doing the test with Henry where you can monitor his brain and go back, and if anything's changed.
Yes, baseline brain test.
Baseline brain test, which I think is such a great idea, and you waited until this year to start tackle because the opportunity is there earlier. Like Ryder's going to have the opportunity to start tackle in 4th grade next year.
Yep.
So we have that upon us. But I saw a clip that was going around on social media, and it was right in line with this conversation that we've been having. And it came from Kristin Cavallari, who, of course, was famous from Laguna Beach and then married Jay Cutler, a quarterback, and is now divorced from Jay Cutler, but is raising it's their child that has just started tackle football. So it's an interesting perspective that she had. And this is the clip that kind of went viral on social media. And it was just like you were last night. She was watching her son play tackle football for the first time. And this is what she said.
This was not my intention, by the way, to cry. I was like, literally just like, I'll give everyone a little life update. Oh my God. I really thought I'd worked through all of this. My oldest, Camden, has been playing football for middle school, tackle football. It's been so emotional. I actually cried the night before Camden's first game. I was like this. I was holding back tears. And I was like, I just don't want you to get hurt. And he was like, Mom, I'm not going to get hurt. He's like, I've got all these pads. He's like, so even if I get him, it'll be okay because I've got all these pads. Just like so sweet and just like trying so hard to reassure me. And then the third game, he got hit and he went flying and he fell really hard. And I just knew as a mom how scared he was after that first hit. And that's what fucks me up more. Thinking of him being scared out there just wrecks me. It just wrecks me. That was honestly one of the hardest things I've had to sit through. Listen, I think football and all these sports are really good for these boys in so many ways. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. You nailed it. And that's the thing, but it's just like that with anything else. Now, obviously, there's more of a risk in football of getting hurt, but those feelings can translate to anything. Your kid being scared, your Anna being in the hospital. Like, that's, why am I crying about
Well,
Kristin
I'm about
Cavallari?
to cry. I know. Well, because what she's saying,
It's
like,
true.
we can all relate to.
Right, because you just want to protect them.
And so it's different because they don't have to be doing this.
Right, exactly. True. But then it's like, yeah, but and that's when I think that you kind of have to let them dictate. Like are you kidding if Henry was like, I'm scared to play football? I'd be like, then you're not fucking doing it. Like, period, end of story. Anything like that. Like, I'm not going to be like, yes, we play football. And it's, no, I mean, same thing with any sport or whatever. But yeah, it's just that feeling of you want to protect your child at all costs. And it's also part of this like growing up process that we have to endure as parents, that every day they get a little bit older, a little bit hopefully more mature, and that at some point you've got to let them fly. Like I think about too, like, them going to college. Like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, you're just going to live by yourself? What do you mean? But all of the 5 years I have between now and then, that hopefully I'll see the things that I know, the things that I need to see to make me feel better about him going away to college. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this parenting thing is a fucking bitch.
It is.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It spreads you thin. It wears you out, and it makes you, like you said last night in a text, turn to mush sometimes when you're least expecting it.
Yeah.
You turn to mush.
Yeah. I turned to mush last night.
And she was crying, and I was like, we do that all. We'll accidentally just start crying on this show talking about something, and you're like, why? What?
Yeah.
It's because there's nothing like your children.
It's like I tell my kids, like, if you're upset about something or if something makes you cry, that means you care about it.
Yeah.
It means you cared about it so much. You care about it. When we lost when we had to put our dog down, like, you're crying and you're so sad because you loved Griffey so much. Like, and what a beautiful gift that is, to have experienced such love that you are so sad when something goes away, or when, when something brings you to tears, that means you care about it so much. And it's the scariest thing as a parent, when you put yourself out there in any way. It's a scary leap or whatever, but it's also what makes life beautiful. At the risk of sounding super effing cheesy, it's like, that's what you want, those emotions you want. It's what makes you go.
Yeah.
It
really does.
Yeah,
it really does. And I used to always get so embarrassed from my mom because she'd cry so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've hit that point. Like, I've hit the point a while back, but where Anna is now, like, making fun of me. Like, even in the hospital, she just kept, because I just start getting teary sometimes, and you're trying not to, but she'd just look at me like, are your eyes watering again, Mom? Like, she's 6. just
did somebody bring an onion in my hospital room?
Just making fun of me. She's like, are your eyes watering again? Can you stop? I'm fine. I was just like, okay, I know. But it is. We just turn into these weepy.
But I feel like too,
people,
right? And I think men are sentimental, and they're just wired differently. By and large, not all. I get it. Trust me, raised by a man. Please don't say dads don't. I get it. My dad was emotional too, and whatever. But I just feel like men in general are just wired differently. They're wired differently, and
why don't they cry as much?
They don't, and that's fine. Like, whatever. I mean,
they have the emotions, but like, why do tears not come out as quickly?
That's crazy. Okay, and that brings me to another thing, sports wise. So Henry used to be like, he's a very emotional kid. I can't imagine where he would get it. Very emotional kid, and also super competitive. Also, don't know where he got it. So when he would not win, or when he didn't do well baseball wise, and I saw it most in baseball, with all the sports he's played growing up, he could not help but cry. Like, when he would get and that's why I am. When I cry, when I'm super upset, and when I am super pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I get really pissed, I'm crying. And it's not, and I'll tell people, like, dude, you're not making me cry. I'm just pissed. This is not a sign of weakness. I'm not sad. I am so pissed at you right now that it is making me cry. So
you're not responsible for this.
No,
this is
me.
Yes.
And so I noticed this. So he played his first tournament over the weekend, and he had a great tournament, like, killed it, pitching and hitting, like, did great. But he made the final out in the championship game.
Wow.
So he had the last out. And so it was, and he struck out. No, not
nice. Oh, the other way around.
The other way
I thought
around.
you meant like he kind of.
Nope. He struck out.
Or something. Okay.
And
that's tough. And it was a tight game.
And it was, we were down by 1.
Okay.
And so used to, that would be instant tears. Would not be able to control him. It turned from that. Now he's pissed.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, so so maybe this is the man thing. Maybe there was no tears, not even a sight of a tear. But he was pissed. And he was pissed at himself, and then he was pissed at other things that didn't go well during the game, whatever. But he went and I told my girlfriends this. I was like, I told them, they were asking how he did. And I said, well, I mean, we have turned a little bit of a corner, because now instead of tears, now it's just, he's livid.
Oh, wow.
strangely and then this might make me a bad mom, but I'm like, I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad. I mean, I'm not like so mad he's like punching shit or whatever.
So much. I mean,
but like,
makes
so
me
it's like,
think of-
okay, I feel like strange as it is to say, like, that's a sign of maturity that he's able to control his emotions to where, I mean, he didn't display any pissedness. Like, I just know because I'm his mom. And the way, in the car on the ride on the way home, he was not happy. I mean, whatever, but he wasn't crying. There was no tears. And so I feel like it's in my weird way, think it's a sign of he's growing up, he's maturing, learning how to control his emotions.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that is interesting. And
I know.
and it's a good quality in an athlete. That's what you hear.
I know.
A lot of these
I know. Well, I mean, it's early shit.
pro
He's
athletes
13.
or whatever, but like to have that kind of innate pissed that I lost the game, I was the one that it all ended on or whatever. Right. It's cool. And I don't know. I think it's really fun. I love hearing Henry's sports adventure stories.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a good little catch-up session. That lasted a while. We need to get to a little sports. We're not going to talk too much sports because I'm so Cowboys exhausted. I can't even deal with it. But sports
already.
Oh my. Well,
2 games in.
Well, and I'll tell you why. Okay. Sports Squirts is brought to us by our friends at Tylock George Eyecare. We got our eyes both done there, which is why I'm able to read this copy and not have readers on. Are you tired of wearing glasses? So you can get custom lens replacement from Tylock George, which is one of many life-changing options from the trusted ophthalmology experts at Tylock George. You can see the world clearly from both long distance and up close thanks to their technology. They offer 24 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Julie had the LASIK. I had the lens replacement. All you got to do is call them or go online, schedule a free consultation at tylock.com or look up their number, give them a shout, mention the mom game. They'll tell you what you need. They'll tell you what will work for you. For Julie, it was LASIK. For my old ass eyes, it was contact lens replacement. And it is definitely, truly a game changer not having to keep up with glasses to put them on and off and so on and so forth. It is. It really is a game changer. So give our friends at Tylock George a call or you can log on to their website, use our special code, our special actually website link. It's tylock.com/TMG. That'll get you a discount if you do end up having a surgery. Also just mention them if you give them a ring on the phone and get a Tylock.
I'll be hanging with them Saturday at the Ranger game.
That's right.
Yep, up in the Hall of Fame suite.
Yeah.
They're having like kind of friends and
I thought that was yesterday. It is Saturday, but I'm off because Mike's out of town.
Yeah.
And Henry has a tournament. So that's why I'm not going. I thought it was yesterday.
I'm bringing the kids. Yeah. I was like, we'll go to one more Ranger game this season.
Yeah, might as well. Speaking of, we'll hit the Rangers real fast because they pretty much done unless they win all their games remaining and Houston and Seattle lose all their games remaining.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But we'll have plenty of time to dissect everything in the off season for sure. College football. Did you check on your Tigers? I think they're doing good.
They are, yeah. I feel bad that I wasn't following them super closely early in the season, although they were playing like bad teams.
Uh-huh.
But they won 27-21 over Boston College on Saturday, which was a good win. And now we're 3-0. And yes, we are number 7 in the country, so I should start paying attention.
Hey, now.
To my Tigers.
I
was at the Cotton Bowl one at the end of last season, and they looked really good going into the off season. But I kind of like a lot of people in their schools. I don't know. I don't get my hopes up. And
I know.
Mizzou's never, they might have this high ranking early on, and they'll usually lose one dumb game early in the season, knock on wood.
Okay.
And then things just kind of fall off. So I try to kind of distance until they force me to
get back in.
And that's what's happening right now because they're number 7 in the country.
Nice.
And also, I didn't realize the Longhorns number 1.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine how insufferable UT fans?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, how I'm being from Austin. Like I have so many of them in my. How am I not being hit with this?
I know. I have a lot that have been pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
They're scared too.
They are. They probably are. And then I have a couple that are just annoying as always.
Yeah.
But the vast majority, I feel like, has been pretty cool. And speaking of, I'm going to have I'm doing a Q&A with the number 1
I know. When is
Longhorn
this?
fan ever.
Can I sneak in a question?
Friday. Matthew McConaughey. I'm doing a Q&A with him.
Where is it happening?
It's at the Convention Center, Arlington Convention Center, I think. It's part of his Just Keep Living Foundation. I'm going to put in some.
So it's for the foundation?
For the foundation in conjunction with the Rangers Foundation. So like those two foundations partner up.
It's a big
quite
foundation
a bit, I think.
shindig.
I don't know. But yeah, they asked me to do the Q&A with Matthew. And
Tell him to come on here. We can talk about the Mom Game Foundation.
So yes. So yeah, I'm going to, but don't worry. I'll whip his ass about the Mom Game. So yeah, I'll be interviewing him. I am certain he will be on cloud 9. I mean,
oh
I'll
my
definitely
god,
work in a Longhorn question.
Oh yeah, you have
little
to.
Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning.
There you go.
Set up for him.
Yeah,
I got it. But yeah, so that'll be fun. I'll report.
Ask
back
him what
next
his
week.
pep talks are really like in the huddle.
I'm gonna ask him to give me a pep talk.
Okay, that's a great
Give
idea.
us a pep talk.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a Mom Game question.
And then
Don't waste it on the convention center.
okay, yeah, we'll waste it. Okay. Don't waste it on
I'll give you some.
the
I'll
people supporting his nonprofit foundation that
care.
focuses on children.
They don't care. They don't need to laugh.
They
They
don't-
just want to see him and hear him talk.
Okay, all right.
Save the funny stuff for us.
Okay. And then my Red Raiders. Okay, we did get a win, so we're 2-1. We beat North Texas.
Yay! I'm so glad.
And I know, and I want my team to win, obviously, all the time. But like, I love Joey McGuire, and I really want this to work out. So we'll see. They're very schizophrenic at this point in time, so we'll see what happens. I don't even know who they have this weekend, but whatever. I'm following them, but just not terribly closely because I am scared too of them.
Aggies are still hanging on.
They are.
Top 25. Georgia, second, Ohio State.
Georgia
Alabama,
had a scare.
So all of the usual contenders.
Georgia
up
had a
there.
scare though. They almost got beat by Kentucky. It was a great game.
That'd be
Cowboys did get beat. They got boat raced by New Orleans. It was the most ridiculous game I've ever seen in my life. I was so excited to watch it. I was like laying on the couch vegging, and then
yeah. When the day comes together where you can just
yes, and you're like, oh my god, we have nothing until like 6 o'clock. Like, let's do this.
yeah,
You know.
same.
And then it just was like the most anticlimactic letdown ever.
It was terrible. 44-19.
Ugh.
We lost to the Saints
And it felt like it
at
was even
home.
Yeah.
The defense allowed touchdowns on the first six
drives.
drives.
6. So anyway,
to
but
Derek Carr.
I can't talk
all
Cowboys too much.
people.
No one is tuning into us to hear Cowboys talk, but
But that was, I mean, anyone.
it's huge.
It-
Yes,
you don't have to
it
be
is. No,
X's and O's kind of person to know that
know
that
that-
was such a terrible game and so embarrassing. And
Yes,
where are they going to
and it
go
was a
from
shit show.
here?
But the reason I'm so over it is because I listen to sports talk radio basically from the time I wake up until the time when I go to work or whatever. And it is like how many and I get it. They're the Cowboys and not everyone listens all day. And so you run into the same shit, but it's like, it's exhausting. Like Monday after a Cowboys win or loss, that's it. And it's like, man,
That's what the bosses
so
are telling you to do.
I know. So anyway, that's why I'm exhausted by it. I still love my sports talk radio. We've talked about this. I know it's
Yeah,
blasphemous,
but if you don't want to hear that, Monday's not a good day to listen.
exhausting.
Monday is the day to listen to Taylor Swift folklore album, which you decided that you like.
I did. What was the song I told you? I
The
really liked?
One.
The One. Yeah,
It's so
I
good.
liked it.
That's
It
the
is good.
first song on that album.
Yeah, it's really good.
Fun fact about that song.
Do tell.
Travis Kelce's mom, Donna Kelce. So
Okay.
she does endorsements and
Yeah.
she'll do Instagram posts for and she was doing one for this Carnival cruise line. And so she was on a cruise and she was doing hey, here I am on my cruise. Look at my view, blah, blah, blah. And this was probably about 6 months ago. The Swifties tracked down the background of the ship
Stop
that
it.
she was on. She was listening to that song.
Really?
So she was listening to Taylor, and it was that song. So all the Swifties were like, "Oh, she's in the deep cuts. Oh, now she's hooked. She's exploring folklore."
Oh my
Because
gosh.
it's like next level
The Swifties are
Swiftyism
insane.
to start getting really into folklore. That album.
Oh,
So
I'm on brand.
that's the one I told you to listen to, and
When I
I'm
told
glad,
you I didn't want homework,
Yes, and you didn't do it, but I'm
I did.
glad that somehow it
Organically.
happened organically
I think you
this week.
planted it in my feed or something.
It's a great that's what I listen to when I'm working at home.
Okay. And then we'll have next week we need to put our topics. Are Travis and Taylor going to break up? Because next week's the breakup date, right? In
The
their
big
contract?
fake PR
Yeah,
announcement
their contract.
that
So
leaked.
stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of your feed, we need to talk about what's on our feed. Brought to us by our
Yes.
friends at the Earlybird CBD. Got me to sleep last
Earlybird.
night after I was a pile of mush after that football
Oh, the early bird took care of
game.
it.
Earlybird saved the day.
We're talking about the early bird gummies that we've known to come and love. We've
What?
say those sentence for me. What am I trying to say? We've
to
come
know
to know and love. Thank
Yes.
you. Known to come and love.
Whoa.
We've come.
Wow.
No, that's what I just said.
Well,
and then I repeated it.
We're aware.
I know.
And you're getting red because you said.
Y'all are all stupid.
No. Yeah. You're the one who pointed out the bone shit earlier.
But that was, no, the bone was not sexual.
Bones are.
I laughed when you said you liked big carrots.
Okay.
And this is, by the way, we have been more dumb zone-ier since we've sat in here. We act like this, and we don't normally act like this.
I do. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is very par for my course.
All I did was mix up some words.
Right.
And you guys are gross. We've come to know and love Earlybird CBD gummies. Mom Game 20 is our code. It is now active. It's good for 20% off your first order online. Go to earlybirdcbd.com. Use that code MOMGAME20 to save 20% off your first order. We love these gummies. It, in my opinion, is the perfect thing if you're not wanting to have a few glasses of wine. You don't want to deal with any sort of hangover in the morning, but you do want to just relax after a long day, and maybe you have a lot going on upstairs. This will kind of help you just chill out. And the Earlybird gummies, they taste really good. And there is just a microdose of THC from hemp. That's the core feature of those gummies, and it is something that you do need to know if you are going to have one of these Earlybird gummies, but they are completely legal. And you can buy them in some stores throughout DFW. They have retail partners, or you can buy online, but we absolutely love them here on the Mom Game. And Emily, it's not a want. It's a need.
Okay, so first thing I want to talk about, because we did a little experiment with Hattie and my lingo, which isn't exactly, well, but let's save that for the new. Well, whatever. I
have one more thing too for somewhere.
Okay,
Just know it.
let's. What do you call it when you move something over to marriage sleeping? Let's postpone that.
Okay.
Let's move it to next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm actually going to be not sleeping with my husband for the next 2 weeks because he's out of town, and then he gets back, and then I go on my last
then
road
it'll be
trip.
a great
So then
conversation.
it'll be a great conversation
while you're on the road.
So I made the comment a few months ago about Facebook and how out of control it's gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not. I don't feel like anything's real anymore. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Everything I see is like.
It's AI.
It's totally AI. So I saw one that was hilarious, and I screenshotted it and showed it to the parties involved. So on this, the Facebook page is called Texas Rangers.
Oh my God, you showed it to them?
Fan Club, yes. And it's a picture of the Heim family. There are 14 photos of the Heim family in various locations. And it says, the caption is, Jonah Heim marks his 10th wedding anniversary with his wife at a lavish resort in Texas, spending $200,000 in total. The couple also stopped by the Rangers headquarters to take photos together. That's the caption. So I screenshot it, and I go into the clubhouse, and I was like, Jonah, I have to show you this. And he looks at it, and he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I was like, he said, I haven't even known my wife for 10 years. And he was like, are they aware of my contract situation? Like how much I actually make? It's pretty much out completely. He has not known Kenzie for 10 years. They have not been married for 10 years. I think they've been married for 4. Nothing. And he's like, I would never, $200,000 in a lavish resort. And he was like, oh yeah. And then we stopped by the ballpark to take some pictures. Like, I'm not fucking here all the time. Like, what? Like, it's just ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. So much.
And I bet it had 1 zillion comments and likes.
Oh, people are like, oh, beautiful family. Happy anniversary. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? So my question is, who's benefiting from this? Like, this Facebook page, Texas Rangers Fan Club, how are they benefiting?
Well, they're getting all the impressions, and they're getting all the,
I guess,
everybody talking about it.
So it's like, it's just so fascinating to me but someone will see this and be like, oh, happy anniversary.
What can we put up on our page that can get everybody stirred up?
I don't know.
We can just come up with shit. Apparently that's what you do.
That's what I mean. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's gotten so insane. And I feel like Facebook is the worst.
Facebook is the worst.
Like it's like one out of every maybe 10 to 20 things are actually like I actually know the person or whatever.
Right.
It's really weird.
Like I see that stuff with Taylor and Travis all the time.
Yes.
And it's just completely fake, and they'll like mash headlines together just to get people to click on it. But I'm wondering how like Jonah Heim got caught up in the crosshairs of this.
Oh yeah.
I guess because Kinsey, I
don't know.
But
it's
she came on our show, so maybe she got so popular. When she came on our show, we got like that. The Facebook thing that she did on our show got us a whole bunch of followers on Facebook. Weird.
Really?
Yes. And when she must have some sort of like Facebook algorithm.
Wait, did she post on Facebook?
Wizardry. No, she came on our show and we talked about the postpartum depression and her like hot take, which wasn't even that hot about it.
That's right.
And
I didn't think there was anything hot take-ish about that.
There wasn't. We posted a clip on Facebook and it like exploded. Do you remember this when your phone like
no,
our phones were
I
going
do remember.
insane.
Yes, it did.
And we have like 9,000 Facebook fans now, which is great. But like that is a big reason why.
I didn't realize that.
And now
this
is happening to her on AI Facebook. So I'm like, there might be something there.
I know. Maybe AI is really into Kinsey Heim.
I know. I think AI loves her.
Anyway, it's crazy.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
And creepy.
It's very creepy. Okay. So I want to play y'all. So we talked last week about what is all this lingo, like the term and how we could embarrass kids. And so I put this into action, picked Hattie up from school that day, actually, and set my phone down where she couldn't see it and hit record. And then this is what happened. How was your day?
Good. You got Taco Bell?
I did.
They have lemon.
It does not have lemon. Do you have homework?
Yes.
Is it rizzed out?
Stop.
What? I'm just asking. How was safety patrol?
Good.
Was it skibbity?
Stop. What do we have tonight?
You don't have anything. Do you like my new pants? Do you think?
Stop.
I can't even get through it.
Stop.
Do you think they're demure?
Stop.
Seriously though, are you a Sigma or a Beta?
Where did you find all of these?
I just want to know. Are you a Sigma or a Beta?
Where did you find all of these?
What do you mean? I'm just talking.
Where did you find all of these?
Are you a Sigma or a Beta? Okay, I guess you're a Beta. I don't even know what it
Bro,
is.
where did you learn all that?
Bro, no cap. I just was. I just was trying to talk. How's your guy out?
Stop! Stop! What are we having for dinner?
Guy out sandwiches.
Stop! You know guy out means butt.
I know. We're having pork butt sandwiches. Pork guy out sandwiches.
No, I don't like pork.
I'm not. We're not having that. We are having pork though.
Bro, what are we having?
Bro. I mean, no cap. We gotta eat the leftovers.
What are we having?
Pork tenderloin.
And what?
I don't know. Broccoli, rice.
No, my least favorite meal
Oh
ever.
my gosh, you're ridiculous. Just get over it.
I don't like that. Did Henry find out what position he was?
No. Is Brat Summer over?
Who's Brad?
Brat Summer.
Bro, stop.
Is it?
Where did you find this?
I'm serious.
Where did you find this?
Where did I find what? Skibbity, Ohio. Riz.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Did I leave any out?
Stop.
Any good ones?
Yes, but I'm not telling you.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me. I'm going to use them on Henry. Tell me.
Preppy.
Oh, preppy. Okay, what else?
Riz.
I did Riz. I was recording you.
Stop.
I mean,
I love the evil laugh at the end.
I do. We put
Oh
the
my God, that's
over under
amazing.
on number of stops and stops and bros combined.
Oh my gosh.
So many
I
bros.
didn't know she bros you.
Oh, she bros me so hard. It's
Oh, wow.
all the bros. And it used to be bruh, and now it's just a hard bro. Like,
oh my gosh.
yeah,
Oh my God, that was amazing. You need to do this more often.
I know. Okay, well, I think our producer friend Danny. So we heard Malcolm's clip did really well about his I want to touch your big bum.
Yep.
And so Danny is our new producer here on the Mom Game, and he has 3-year-old Malcolm, 3.5-year-old Malcolm.
1, 2, yes.
There he
Yep,
is.
3.5-year-old Malcolm.
3.5 in mere days.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you did a little experiment with little Malky.
By the way, yes, it's stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop.
I told you last week that if you want to get your kids to hate you, start trying to talk like them.
Yeah.
And it makes them so uncomfortable.
So, and it wasn't like, can you imagine if her friends would have been in the car?
Oh my God.
She would have.
She was by herself. Oh,
Yeah.
she would have died.
It would
But
have been
yeah.
cringe.
Oh, so cringe.
Yeah.
So cringe. But yeah, that was just me and her in the car, and she was not trying to have it.
Oh my
She
God,
was
that's
not trying to
amazing.
have it. Yeah.
She got on board at the end though and started offering up some
Yeah.
more lingo to get
Preppy?
her brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, and I think I might do it. My next experiment will be to do it with friends in the car.
Oh my God, she's gonna murder you.
But I may try it with Henry with friends in the car. I mean, it's a fun little thing. Or
try
like
to-
the drive-through.
I'll
Like,
try to find you I'll try to compile a list
yes.
for next week
Okay.
or in the next couple of days and
It's a
get
fun
you a
little
list of
experiment.
a really good, extensive sample of some words you can use.
Let's
that'll
do it.
really
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
do it.
send
Okay.
her under
So
the
what
seat.
little experiment did you play with Malcolm?
I was editing that audio this morning. I'm like, you know what? Malcolm's always funny. He, he did picks with friends or football picks with us every week when over at the Freak when I worked with Soroy.
Yeah.
And I would get his picks, and he ended up like getting second place one season. Yeah. So he's really funny on the air, recorded whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to roll on something. Oh, and I remembered. It's like, okay. So the other day we were driving in the car, incoming call comes in. So I hit the CarPlay, the Bluetooth, and it's Skin. And I tell him immediately, I was like, hey, Skin, you're on Bluetooth with Malcolm in the car. And he's like, hey, Malcolm. It takes him 15 seconds before he's just a sailor.
Oh,
Skin.
Skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just cuss it.
Jeff Skinwade, who is our friend, we've had Skin on the Mom Game a couple of times. Super good dude.
He's over at the Eagle.
Yes,
Yeah.
broadcasting.
He's one of the guys that got to keep his job
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
when they
Yep,
cleaned house.
Yep, heard about that. Also, analyst for the Mavericks, television analyst. He's a super good dude.
He's
Okay,
the
so
best.
he goes into it.
Yeah, so he's just talking like Skin, and
Yeah.
and he forgets that a 3-year-old's in the car, and so today I had that in mind, and Malcolm was in his bedroom, and I don't know if your kids when they were this young did this, but he wants to have privacy. We're working on potty training. 70% of the time he'll do number 1 in the potty,
yeah.
but 0% of the time will he do number 2. It has to be in a diaper.
Yeah.
He'll go all day
Ryder
without
was
a
like
diaper.
So crazy. Yeah.
And asked to go to the toilet. And he go, Daddy, can you put a diaper on me? I need to poop. Like,
no.
we can do this
Yes.
here. It's like, trust me, it's not a battle that I'm worth fighting.
Right.
Look, he's got this far. He's peeing. That's great.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
get to that whenever.
Baby steps.
So he's in his bedroom and he's got the door shut, and I know what's happening. So I enter with the phone and I'm recording, and this is
no.
where the audio starts.
Oh no.
Okay.
Come here.
Don't come in here. I have a question for you. I just have a quick
Hey,
question.
what are you doing?
I have a question for you. It smells like a farm in here, dude.
No, close. I'm gonna squeeze you.
Hey, I have one question for you. What word did Uncle Skin teach you?
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Shit.
Oh.
What was that?
Shit.
Is that a naughty word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can Uncle Skin call me shit?
No, he didn't call you that. He just said it.
Did Skin call me
Shit.
Yeah, he did. Skin makes bad choices sometimes, right?
Hey, Skin.
What do you want to tell Skin?
Um,
Make better choices?
yeah.
Tell him.
Hey, Skin, make better choices.
Yeah. Well,
Words
let's
to
not use
live by.
naughty words anymore, Skin.
Let's not use my words and emotions.
Yeah. Thank you, Skin.
Hey, you Skin. Hey, Skin, I want to squish
I want to
squish Skin?
you.
you.
Okay.
Just
Are you done
because.
pooping?
Just
No,
throw that
I'm
in.
not.
All right. Finish up, dude.
There you go.
Oh
my
that's
God.
You done
amazing.
pooping? No, I'm not.
I love it. All over a poop.
Yeah. Well,
This
he's
conversation.
oh God,
That
like I
needs to
said,
be your next little YouTube short
What
series.
word did Uncle Skin
Conversations
teach
with
you?
Malcolm while he poops in his diaper.
shit.
Oh, that's amazing.
And,
Yeah.
and also funny that so he knew that Skin said the word shit, and then his first question was, "Did Skin call me shit?"
He's gonna
Like,
be
his little
really
feelings
upset.
were like, "Wait a second,
Really upset.
yeah, like why was he saying this word
Yeah.
while I was there?"
Right. Is he calling me that? You calling me shit? We got an issue.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
that's so
amazing.
cute.
Is there anything better than toddlers cursing?
No,
Nothing better.
no, not one thing. But I mean, an F-bomb out of a 3-year-old's mouth is pure fucking gold.
It's
It is.
beautiful.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. It's a beautiful.
Did
thing.
did your kids cuss when they were little ever?
Oh,
or hear
God,
you cuss and
yes.
repeat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know everyone will be shocked by this. I really don't curse that much around my kids.
Yeah.
Now that they're older, I find myself being a little more liberal with it as far as like ass or I don't usually. I mean, F
try
bomb
not
it.
to.
Yeah, but it's like clean it up,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But like I did one of the kids, the Eddie Haskell of our house that I was telling you about earlier, Henry's friend. And he was like, "Oh, listen to the mom game," and I was like, "Oh my
Henry's friend?
God, yes!" And I think he's just effing with me.
Did he like and subscribe?
He does, yeah. I'm like,
Share.
all I need. And I'm like, Wyatt. Well, I shouldn't say his name. I don't think it matters. There's a lot of kids named Wyatt, but I was like, it is not appropriate for you to listen to the mom game. There's cussing and stuff.
Oh no, Emily.
And I think he's just I don't think he's listening to the mom game.
Right.
But,
Surely they would like. We're not entertaining for little kids.
no,
Surely
I
they
can
would get bored
imagine
of
a
us.
13-year-old
I hope.
boy wanting to listen to the mom game.
Right.
But that just goes to show you how much this kid f's with me. Like
Yeah.
he just and I love it. I
That's
mean,
Kind of hilarious.
and I love him for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't know.
He's just giving you
it's-
crap.
oh
Listen to your
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Miss McCoy, cool podcast.
Heard your voice. Sounded great,
Yeah.
Mrs. McCoy. I'm like, okay.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh, that's amazing.
Um,
Yeah, Ryder will be. I don't really cuss. I don't feel like I've ever cussed. Maybe I'm sure I have, but Kelly is the one that will accidentally cuss
Yeah.
in front of our kids, and Ryder will like start punching him. He
Ooh.
gets so mad at him.
Oh, good for
Don't
her.
cuss, Dad, and like won't talk to him. Like he gets
Oh.
really mad.
Really?
Yes, because
Okay.
he knows it's naughty. He knows it's bad, and
That's
Dad
really
is
naughty.
good.
Okay.
Be good, Dad.
Good
You're
for
good.
Ryder.
Yeah,
I love you.
wish I'd have had my phone on me when Malcolm asked me if I was going to change his fucking diaper the other day.
Oh, Danny.
Whoa. Oh my God.
And I go, "You said funky diaper, right?" He goes,
No.
"No, my fucking diaper." I said,
Oh
"What
wait,
did-"
Malcolm said this.
to me, he goes, "Are you
Oh my
going to change
God, I
my
thought you
fucking
said-
diaper?"
Oh.
Yeah. And I said, "You mean funky diaper, right?" And he goes, "No, fucking."
No.
Yeah. And I go, "Where did you learn that?" And he goes, "Mom."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, it happens. It happens to
Yeah.
the best of us.
He gets
Yeah.
all of the good stuff from her.
Oh,
All the good
good. Yeah, the little 9-year-olds are saying they'll say flippin', and
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like that is
Same
not a-
thing.
We can't let them say that, right?
Freaking.
Because it's a short for.
It's just another word. It's a synonym.
But I don't want them even referencing the
Yeah.
bad F word.
Replacement.
Well,
Yeah.
Just get ready.
Oh.
Saddle up, sister.
By the way, the common cold is viral rhinitis.
There it is.
Okay.
Rhinitis. Rhinitis.
Rhinitis.
Rhinitis.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You could have told us then.
Sorry,
On the show. Come on the show.
we went on such a great tangent.
I was waiting
Schnozzes.
for you to acknowledge that being in this studio is definitely having an effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
there's
see.
no question.
You agree.
I've dealt with this now for a week and a half.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes you dumb.
It makes you dumb. We've been dumb for a long time.
Makes you dumb. Makes you dirty.
Makes you dumb,
Dirty.
Dirty jokes.
dumb and dirty.
Yes.
Okay, we need to wrap this thing up.
Yes,
I
we
did
have
want to hit on
important
in
stuff.
the TMG news desk. There was another assassination attempt of Trump,
Yeah.
and we don't talk politics much on the show. But like that, I don't like, regardless of what side you're on or who you're voting for. Like that's kind of a bad thing. Like
Oh yeah.
we shouldn't be trying to assassinate.
And he was
people.
golfing. It was at the golf club.
Yeah.
Was he golfing?
Yeah.
I do feel like this one didn't get as much maybe
I feel like now this
died
is
down
another sad
quickly.
thing. It's like school shootings. We're like, oh, somebody tried to kill Trump again today.
I know.
Okay, what else? I don't know. I'm so not looking forward to the next how many ever days till the election happens and then all the shitstorm afterward. But it's just so exhausting. The whole like the political the campaign ads.
I know.
Kamala wants to do this and Trump wants to do that. It's just like it's so dramatic and we're so dumb like in general as a society that we just fall into shit and we're donkeys or elephants and I'm like where's I'm a rhino. Like what does that mean? Whatever. I don't know. I'm just
You're a nose.
I'm just a nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I did want to
that
hit
did
on that because it is but it's just it's kind of scary and sad and it's just like this too. The whole at middle schools, like a number of them across the country, my son's was one of them in the whole, like there was a hacking on social media or some social media thing went, whatever. And there was a list of like junior highs or middle schools and it just said my son's. There was a number of them, but it was just like the name, but not like a specific, I don't know. Anyway, so there was some fear and Henry texted me, I remember last week and was like, Mom, can you come get me? And I was like, no, what's wrong? And he was like, there's a bomb threat. And I was like, it's not a bomb threat. And, because the school had sent out an automated message or whatever. And he's like, well, it's a shooting then. And I was like, no, honey. And so the only thing I could do to like ease his fear was like, I said, it's something that's happening across the country. And I screenshotted a couple of articles. One was from Austin. I think one was like from Illinois or something. I was like, this is happening across the country. There's no legitimate threat. They're taking good care of you. I promise. And then back to the whole motherly thing, the fact that he's sitting in school and he's scared and he's like, are you sure?
Oh
and
my God.
Can you just come get me? And I'm like, I can't. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to reassure you that we've the school has looked into it, that you are protected. And here's all I know to do to make you feel even maybe a little bit better. So he wrote it out at school. Some parents did go get their kids, but it's just it's and that's what the same thing. And you have those conflicted thoughts as a parent, like, I don't think it's the smart thing to go get him. It's not going to hurt anything if I go get him. But then is this going to happen every single time? But it's just that whole day, it was in the back of my mind. I knew and felt in my heart that everything was fine and that the school was protecting them and that they were protected. But at the same time, just that, like the Kristin Cavallari was talking about, like just this fear or this feeling that your child is scared. And
you feel it. You feel what they're feeling.
Yeah. And so it sucks. And it sucks that this is where we are in this day and age. And it just sucks.
I know.
So another thing I want to talk about next week, and I'll have a good sampling, is the whole new teenage rules for Instagram.
Yes.
Definitely want to talk about that next week. And I'm anxious to see because and people may want to knock me for this, but Henry is on Instagram. I would never, I don't know when I'm going to let Henry on. He's 13. He rarely posts. We monitor everything. It's whatever. And so people can clown me if they want and say I shouldn't let him on there. But I'm curious to see the differences with his account, like how quickly we see them. And if he notices, if he says anything, he's not, like I said, he's not on it a ton. If Hattie were on it, she would be on it a lot. So anyway, but I want to talk about that next week for sure. So we got
box going.
Yeah, we got a show next week.
We do. And then my thing that I was going to say, we can just save. It'll probably have changed a little by then.
Oh, what is it? What?
You want me to tell you?
Well, yeah. What's wrong with you?
Cranberry died.
No.
And I haven't told my kids yet.
What?
She died with my parents. This is my cat. And anybody following along on the mom game, she was old, and
she was old and angry and pissed and shit everywhere.
Yes.
You just described me.
Yes. No.
You pee and poop everywhere.
So wait, when did she die? And
she lived with our old nanny for a while in her apartment. She wasn't happy in our home with the dog, and so she lived with them for a while. She's 15. She lived a wonderful life, and
you went to kitty nursing home.
I told my mom, I was like, you were like cat hospice, and like I felt like she was pretty close. That wasn't saying there was anything really wrong, but I could just tell, and I didn't want her peeing and pooping all over my house, and I didn't want my kids to have to like experience it because they still haven't gotten over Blueberry, who died when she was only 7. That one was very terrible. And they've lost grandparents even, they just couldn't handle it. And I didn't want to anyway. So she was with my parents in Austin, and she lived on the patio, and they said she was very happy. They called it the catio.
Okay.
And they I think they were loving it. They were like, she's turned a corner. She's great. Like, they'd send us pictures all the time. And then, so the same time Anna was in the hospital, apparently, she passed away. And then we came home, and that morning, Saturday morning, Anna woke up and was like, I want to talk to Cranberry. I want to see Cranberry.
Oh, no.
I want to talk. I haven't seen Cranberry in a while. Can you call Gigi and Papa and let me see Cranberry? And it was like she knew, and it was like they both were sick. It was weird. Maybe they're kindred animal spirits.
They're connected.
But yeah, so Cranberry's dead, and it's very sad.
So what are you going to do?
And I haven't told them.
Well, what are you going to, you're going to have to tell them.
Well, yeah. And my stepdad wants to do a burial up at the ranch.
Oh, a service.
He's got her.
For the cat. What's he doing with her?
He's got her in the freezer.
He's got her in the freezer! No!
Which
no!
freezer?
Not the main freezer.
The one next to the waffle?
But not they have four, three or four.
Deep freeze.
He has a hunting freezer.
Okay.
That's better.
He's
old school.
Yeah, he is.
He's old school country.
Wait, okay.
And I told him he didn't have to do that. I was like, just take her to the vet and do the thing and get the paw thing. And that's what we did with Blueberry. He's like, no, we need to bury her.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So when this
But
burial...
wait, does he have a casket for the cat? For Cranberry?
He's probably making one
a
with
Cranberry.
his own bare hands.
He probably is.
Okay, so what's going to happen when the burial happens?
Well,
is Grandpa going to have to take the cat from next to the venison and thaw the cat out before it goes into the cat skit?
The cat skit.
Yeah, and have maybe the ceremony on the catio, and then go to
the catio with the cat skit.
Cat skit.
And it's gonna be out in the country, out at.
So
I was trying to think of one. The cat skills.
So here, this would be my suggestion: is that you just
cat ran away.
Slide it in.
Anna is gonna.
She's gonna lose it. Well, you got to rip the Band-Aid off.
And I almost feel terrible because they didn't get to see her one last time, and they're gonna think that I knew this was happening or something, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought she was happy. I thought she was actually gonna be fine for a while.
You have to rip the Band-Aid off.
You also have license to lie your ass off, right?
100%.
Now, granted, they might get a subscription to this podcast and
I know.
a number of years,
right?
Use it
yeah,
against
you got to rip the Band-Aid off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have it in me.
Okay. Well, when on a day
before it'll be right before we'll be at the ranch, and I'll be like, guys, let's go outside. Cranberry died, and we're burying her right now.
Oh my God, it's the worst fucking plan ever. Oh my gosh. Oh gee.
And I was sad too. Don't get me wrong. I'm laughing. I did cry a little bit. I've had Cranberry for 15 years. I had her before. I knew Kelly.
Yeah.
Lived in an apartment with her in Uptown.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Make Kelly deal with it that Canadian way.
100%.
That's a good idea.
A lot of 100%s coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can deal with it. I'll keep everybody posted.
Please keep us posted.
Stay tuned.
I've got for next week. I've got teen Instagram. Cranberry is dead and marriage sleeping, among other things.
Among other things, I have to tell everybody about the happenings.
Oh yeah. The TMG happenings before we close it out.
Because this show will come out tomorrow, and so there will still be time to join us at North Park. It is going down this coming Thursday night, September 19th, which is also North Texas Giving Day, which makes a lot of sense to come shop with us because 20% of the proceeds from our event at North Park are going to be going back to Susan G. Komen. And we're super excited about this. Emily has a collection. I have a collection. There's some new Cowboys jewelry that is really cool. And we're super pumped to have our very own event with Kendra Scott. So hopefully you can join us. Go to any of our socials. We've been posting about it a lot, and there's a little RSVP page. And message us if you have any questions at all about that. You do have to RSVP to get in. There's going to be food. There's going to be drinks courtesy of Coppola. And we're also going to have some ranch water. So it's going to be a good time. Also, ProSlat is one of our new awesome partners here on the Mom Game and on the Dumb Zone. And they basically will do a complete overhaul of your garage, and they will make it over, and you will have the best garage in town. Except for the other people, of course, who also got their garages done by ProSlat. They did this wall here in the Dumb Zone studio that you can see. This is their slat wall, and you can put hooks on it. You can put all your gear, your sports stuff, everything up along your garage wall so you can see it, and it's off of the ground, and then you can park your cars. All the reasons to go check out proslat.com, and then while you're there, you can check out the events tab, and there's actually 2 events, but the big event is Saturday, and it's their grand opening, and the Dumb Zone is going to be doing a live show there. I will be there hanging around. Danny, I'm assuming, will be there hanging around, and Dan and Emily would be if she wasn't out of town with the Rangers that weekend. Sure. But it is on September 28th from 11 to 2 in the afternoon, so you can kind of work it in the middle of your college football Saturday before your evening activities after the morning sports. You can bring kids if you want. It's going to be a great time. Food and drinks also there. And then the Friday night before that, if you do happen to work in the real estate, if you're a builder, real estate industry, if you're a builder, if you work in financing, banking, all of that with mortgages, come on out because there's a VIP happy hour on the 27th, and you can see all of this information on proslat.com. Friday and Saturday are the 2 big events, the weekend of the 28th. And September, as we know, there's a lot going on in September and October when it comes to football, charities, everything else. And one nonprofit that we are partnered with and excited to partner with, I believe, for a long time for the future is North Texas Food Bank. And it is their Hunger Action Month. So stay tuned to our Instagram. We are posting all of the different things you can do each day to take part in Hunger Action Month. And you can also go to ntfb.org to take part in that. We highly recommend going to volunteer there. It was pretty fun.
Super fun.
Pretty fun. And then lastly, komen.org to sign up, to register, to donate for their big walks. There's actually 3 different walks going on in DFW in October 5th and then October 19th. And November 1st through 3rd is going to be the 3-day walk that is back. And that is going to be in Dallas, in Fort Worth, and then back in Dallas on day 3. So komen.org to find out all about that. The Mom Game is so happy to be an official media sponsor of Komen and of the walk. So if you're there, look for our sign that we're going to have out there and our logo on the back of their shirts.
Yeah.
Every walker
Super
and runner.
Exciting. Super exciting.
Yeah. So thank you so much to Komen, to North Texas Food Bank, to ProSlat, and Kendra Scott. We have some fun stuff on the horizon.
Yeah. Come see us if you're hearing this before Thursday, September 19th.
Yep.
Because we'll be at Kendra Scott at North Park. Hope to see you there. We will see you back in our new studio, fingers crossed, next week, where we've got all kinds of fun stuff planned. Not really sure what all that.
Stay tuned.
Do we have a guest? Cranberry is not going to be our guest. She's in a freezer. Okay. We will see you next week.
No, I don't think we have a guest. Yeah. No, I don't think we have a guest.
I don't think we do either. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, because I'm remote.
That's what I was thinking.
You'll be in the new studio. Man, and I won't be.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll wait till I get back. We'll figure it out. We can wait till we get back.
Rob likes that.
I forgot because I'm on the road.
So I'll
be in
home
Oakland.
too.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, stay tuned. We lied.
Yep.
We're not
Never know
gonna
what you're going to get.
Never know.
You're on
Okay.
the Mom Game.
Okay. All right. Thanks for being with us. See you next time. Mom Game out.
Mom Game out.
The Mom Game is proud to partner with local GEICO offices, Victoria Elliott, proudly serving your local community.